I was in the Marine Corps in Vietnam, and what I saw up here was the MREs. Now, we didn't have MREs. We had C rations in those big, heavy boxes, you know. And luckily, we had a good support team, the helicopters, that bring in food to us every couple of days. I was on a battalion landing team. I was 1st Marine Division, 3rd Battalion Recon, and so our job was to go off and blow the landing zone so the rest of the people could come in, and we were the destroy part of the search and destroy. You know, they'd search, we'd end up blowing everything up and burning it. And but back to the meals, we had it down to a science. We had each meal had different things in it that you could use. You know, the B2 unit can, it was a big can, it had cocoa in it, it had some other things in it, but that was our cooker. That was the thing we put on, and we put things into it. They'd always give us hot sauce and onions would come with this stuff. There were things like the ham and lima beans. If you opened up the container from the bottom, there would be this clump of fat, which was kind of like, it was like butter. And then we would take the bread, and we would slice it, and we would toast it on the B2 unit, and smother it with the butter, so you had bread and butter. We had egg omelets in these little cans. Well, again, the B2 unit, you take it, and they also gave us plastic cheese. And we would put slice the omelet into 3 parts, and then we would put the omelet down, we put in some of the cheese, some of the onions, some of the hot sauce, and we'd stack them up so we could get a different flavor going on with all of that. Then they had a pound cake in a can, and we used to take that and we would cut it on an angle, go all the way around it, and pull out the little cone in the center, put jelly in it, put it back on, put a little water in it, again, poke the bottom, put it on the B2 unit, and it would cook it up, and it would make steam it, and we'd have a jelly donut, you know. We never used a heat tip. We used C4 because we had tons of C4 with us all the time. So we would cut off slices of C4, and that would heat up things really quickly. And eventually, we got to the point where we didn't come back too much to the battalion. We were always out doing stuff, away from ambushes and those kind of things. So we would spend, you know, 4 or 5 days away from them. And they started, we couldn't be supplied with C rations, so we had these things called long rats. And they were basically reconstituted food. You pour water in and you heat it up. They were so fucking disgusting. And so what we did was we would buy rice from the locals. Right? We'd be outside a village. One of us would go into the village and get some rice, and then we'd boil it up and we'd make it. We'd put all of our stuff into one pot and cook up the rice and that's what we would eat every night. We'd have a big meal every night. You know? And I just remember this one old mama-san. She saw me eating with a fork, and she looked at me like I was crazy. You know, one of those little things that come in the sea rats can. She came over and she took 2 pieces of bamboo, little bitty chopsticks, and taught me how to use chopsticks in the field. You know? And so I had those with me the entire time I was there. But anyway, that's a food story.